Hello everyone, welcome back to Amara and Khene. My name is Amara. And yes, and my husband Khene relocated to Canada earlier this week. And as promised, we said we'd be giving you information on how we're able to relocate from our home country, Nigeria, to Canada as permanent residents. Now, this program, like you know, is for anywhere at all, any country at all you're based. Yes, it worked for us in Nigeria, but anywhere you are, any country at all, you can also apply for this program. Starting today, I'll be talking about all you need to know about the Canada Express Entry program and the first steps you need to take in applying. It will come in series because I don't want information overload. So I'll be breaking it down into series. For you to get more about this, I would suggest you get a pen and a paper and write down the information. But of course, you can always come back to this video and watch in case you miss anything. Now, what is the Canada Express Entry program? The Canada Express Entry program is a point-based application program where you get access on criteria like your age, work experience, language proficiency, and education. And it can be divided into three. The Canada Express Entry program is divided into three. One, the Federal Skilled Workers Program, which we got our permanent residency through. We have the provincial nomination, and finally we have the Federal Skill Trades. All three of them require you to get the same documents and also be in the pool. So at the initial stage, would be generalizing them all together. Now let's start with talking about age. The first thing you need to know is the younger you are, the more points you get. If you're less than 30, you get maximum points. Now, if you're a married person, let the younger person be the primary applicant, because that way the person gets the full point accrued to age. Now, if you're also, a lot of people are above 30, if you're above 30, just bear in mind that for each year, on your birthday, you lose 5 points. So for instance, you clock 30 this year, you lose 5 points. On your next birthday, you lose 6 points. When you clock 32, you lose another 5 points. So let's say you started this program and you're already 33 years old. So we'll count as 30, 5 points, 31, 6 points, that's 11 points lost, 32, 5 points, that's 16 points lost, 33, another 6 points. So you just calculate that number of points, know that you have lost that on age. So I always suggest, if you're married, let the younger person be the primary applicant. So that's that on age. The next thing is on work experience. Please do note that before you can start this program, you should at least have 3 years of paid work experience. You need to be paid for the job you've done, because you would be showing them proof of salary payment. So it should be paid. If you have 2 years, fine, you can start. Before you complete all the process, you might be hitting the 3 years bench mark, so you can also start that. But if you have 3 years worth of experience, that is great, you can start that. Now let's move to the next thing, your education. Now this particular point of it needs proper explanation. The higher your education, the more points you get. You are a PhD holder, fantastic. You have masters, oh great. Now you have HND and ND, oh that's awesome, that's 2 or more certificates. Now you are a BSc holder, which I know a lot of people are BSc holders. You might need to get another certificate or degree to back you up. There are so many degrees you could do that, just 6 months and all that. You can do that to give you another a certificate to add to your BSc. Okay, now I would be putting some short courses you can do on the description box, so you can go there and check them out. They are short courses. Please do note that it is not all short courses that are accepted. So those that get accepted, we've included them on the description box. Please go ahead and check them out. You would ask, oh, I have a diploma and I have a BSc. Would it work as 2 or more certificates? Yes, it would. But we need to know the kind of diploma that it is. It shouldn't be an online diploma course. It might not get accepted. So if you have an ND and BSc, it will work as 2 or more certificates. And that is good. But if you have just a BSc, fine, you can go ahead and start an assessment for it while you work towards getting another certificate. Now let's talk about assessment. You have a PhD, you have masters, you have HND and ND, you have BSc. Everyone needs to go for educational credential assessment, and there are different bodies or platforms in which you can assess your degree. Your degree needs to be assessed to know its equivalent in the Canadian community. So we have included all assessing bodies, assessing platforms in the description box. Please go down there. Note that not everyone would use the same evaluation body. For instance, you're a pharmacist. There's a particular evaluation body you would use. If you're a medical doctor, it is different. If you are a lawyer, there is something else you would use. We have talked about everything on our description box. Please go down there and check them out. However, the most popular platform is called the World Educational Services. They happen to be the fastest, WES. And generally, almost all courses tend to use them, aside from those who are in the professional field. So say you're an accountant, a chemistry student, public admin, art student. Yes, generally everyone can use WES. But professional bodies, please, you have to do a little more research to know the evaluation agency you would be using. Like I said, we've included every one of them in the description box. Now, after you've started your evaluation, before I proceed, I would like you to know that the evaluation can go from 3 months to 6 months. So you need to work with your school to make it, to push them to make it faster, so they would proceed and send your transcript fast. How does the evaluation work? You would go to the platform you're using, click on it, register with them, and they would give you a reference number. You would take the reference number to your school and request for your transcript. You would also take the address of the evaluation platform you're using and give it to your school. Your school will be the one to send it to that platform, to that agency. Please note, you cannot send it yourself. Your school needs to be the one to send it because they want official transcript from your school. So you need to go to your school. Also know that you would be paying the platform. So you need to go out and check, make your research on how much they charge per evaluation. I forgot to mention this. I've met a lot of people who are PhD holders. They also have masters and they have BSc as well. Please go ahead and evaluate all of your degrees. Why? Because you might not, Federal Skilled Workers Program might be delaying to give you an invitation to apply because you have a PhD. Now, that master's can actually get you something from provincial nomination. We'll be talking about provincial nomination much later. So I advise you to evaluate all your degrees so it gives you better chances everywhere. So go ahead and do that. Now, when you get that reference number, you take it to your school, like I've said, you give it to them, they will send your transcript. You can also give them your certificate. So if you're evaluating for BSc and Masters, you would do that for both the schools where you did your Masters and also the school where you did your BSc or HND or ND, whichever one. They would send it. Most evaluation bodies, especially WES, requires verification. So they want to be sure it was actually the school that sent that. So they would send a message back to the school. You would need to go back to your school and push them to actually request, to respond to that verification. If not, they might take a long time. The verification, like I said, can go from 3 to 6 months. It just depends on how well how fast your school responds. Now, let's move on from verification and education assessment and move on to language test. There are 2 language tests: English language test and French language test. You can choose to do both, or you can just do one of them. Now, the English language test that are accepted is IELTS and CELPIP, while for the French it is TEF. Now, you can get materials on the English language online. They are everywhere, and we also have some of them in our YouTube channel for IELTS here. You just have to scroll a bit down to find them. It will help you prepare. Please, I would like to state that before you go and write these exams, ensure you prepare very well for it. At least give yourself 2 months so you don't write them over and over again. The prices currently should be about in Naira 84 to 89,000 Naira. I'm quite not sure. So you would need to prepare for it before you actually go and write. Ensure you practice. I think there are about 4 modules. We have the listening module, the reading module, speaking module, and writing module. You want to get the maximum band score for the 4 of them. For listening, you need to score as much as 8.5. For writing, 7.5. Speaking, 7.5, and reading 8. And yes, they have 2 types of IELTS, general and academic. Please, you'll be writing IELTS general, not academic. IELTS general for this particular program. Okay, so try and max for these modules. You need a high score, so you need to prepare for it before going to write. It also applies for CELPIP. You can also find materials for CELPIP online. Now, for people to get more scores or more points, they tend to want to write TEF, which is the French language. You can also prepare for it. They have French classes you can go for before you write that. And if you happen to be fluent in French, that's good. Just brush yourself up and go for it. It also adds to your point. But if you can write only English, that's also good. Just try and score a very good band score. Now, after getting the report of your IELTS, if you decide to write the paper-based, it takes 13 days for your results to come out. While if you write computer-based, it takes 7 days. If you take about 2 months to prepare for IELTS, that same period, you've already put out application for your educational credential assessment, and it will be getting ready at the same time you are getting ready to write your IELTS. You would have those 2 documents. Now, getting those 2 documents, which is your ECA report after your education has been assessed and your language test result, you would then proceed to open a Canada Express entry profile. We have included the link on our description box where you would click to open a profile. Please, I would advise that you get these documents before creating a profile, because dates are required. And Canada, they are very peculiar about honesty, sincerity. If you fake a date, they would know, especially if you had not written it. These documents you'd be getting have dates and they have numbers which you have to impute while creating your profile. So try and get them first before creating a profile. Also, we have included a CRS calculator. The CRS is Comprehensive Ranking System, and there is a tool, like I said, the calculator, and we've included it in the description box. You can click on it and play around it. Put things like a score in your IELTS you think you would score, your education, what you think you have, if it's BSc, if it is HND, if it is PhD or Masters, you can put it there. If you have a spouse, you can also put an estimated score you think you can get in your IELTS or in your TEF. Just play around that calculator. At the end of the day, when you click on calculate, it will give you the points that you feel you can get accrued at the end of the day. So just play around it and know what you feel you can score at the end of the day. It's important to just, so it would give you heads up on the kind of points you can get. Now, after that, you create an Express Entry profile. I said that we've included that on our description box. You click on it and see how you can create that profile. Okay, also please do note that if you are applying as a couple, both the primary applicant and the dependent should evaluate their degrees and also write the language test. This is because you need all the points you can gather. And when your spouse or dependent evaluates their degree and also writes the exam, it increases your score. So please don't leave it for just one person. Both of you should get involved in this. If this is your first time here, I'm sorry. You're welcome. Thank you for watching this video. Click on the like button. You can also share with family and friends, and also subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Like, you know, this is a series. We'll be posting more videos about this and you don't want to miss any of them. So turn on your notification bell. And to our returning subscribers, this video is for you. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, like I said, more series will be coming out. In the next video, we'll be talking about the proof of funds you need to have and the documents you would need to gather before getting an invitation to apply. You need to gather these things. So immediately the invitation to apply comes in, you are submitting. So in the next video, we'll be talking about this. We don't want too much information to cloud you at the same time. I would also like to state that we are on Instagram as Amara and Khene. You would have questions. You would. And we would be here to answer you. So kindly follow us on Instagram as Amara and Khene and send any questions you have at all. We would be responding to every one of them. We're also on Telegram. So when you message us on Instagram, just say you want to be added to our Telegram community and we would definitely add you. So I'll be seeing you next time where we're talking on more about this. You can also use the comment section to ask any questions you want. We would also be replying questions on the comment section. If you have any question at all, or you don't seem to understand something, or you missed something, put it on the comment section. I'll be replying to everything. Thank you for watching. I'll be seeing you next time. Until then, bye.